In the heart of Africa, beneath a sky that has watched over countless generations, a timeless drama unfolds with every rising sun. The land stretches endlessly, painted in gold and ochre, where the silhouettes of acacia trees stand as silent witnesses to the ancient rhythms of life. This is a world governed by the purest laws of nature, where beauty and danger are inseparable. The air is thick with anticipation, every shadow and whisper a reminder that survival here is never guaranteed. Across the endless grasslands, herds of antelope graze warily, their ears flicking at the faintest sound. Zebras and wildebeest move in restless patterns, always alert, their lives a delicate balance between vigilance and the need to feed. The savanna pulses with life. Tiny ants march in endless columns, building fortresses beneath the earth. Birds flit from branch to branch, their calls weaving a tapestry of sound. Elephants rumble in the distance, their massive forms shaping the very landscape as they move. With each sunrise, the wilderness awakens. Lionesses nuzzle their newborns in the cool dawn, while elephants guide their calves to water. Every creature faces a new day of challenges, finding food, protecting young, and evading the ever-present threat of predators. Predators lie in wait, their senses razor-sharp. A lion's golden eyes scan the horizon, every muscle coiled for the chase. Hyenas skulk in the shadows, ever watchful for opportunity or weakness. The story of this land is etched in the dust, tracks crisscrossing the earth, dust clouds rising as herds thunder past, and the haunting calls of birds echoing across the plains. Every footprint tells a tale of hunger, hope, and survival. Here, the eternal dance of hunter and hunted plays out in breathtaking displays of speed and cunning. A cheetah explodes from the grass, muscles rippling as it chases a fleeing gazelle. Lions and buffalo face off in tense standoffs, each testing the other's resolve. Powerful predators move like shadows through the tall grasses, their gaze fixed on the vast, shifting herds. Wildebeest and zebras flow across the plains in great migrations, a living river of life and vulnerability. Every animal, from the smallest bird to the mightiest elephant, plays a vital role in this grand theatre. Their lives are woven together in a complex web of competition, cooperation, and adaptation. Some rely on speed, darting away from danger in a blur of motion. Others use camouflage, blending seamlessly into the landscape. Elephants communicate in low rumbles, coordinating their movements with remarkable intelligence and teamwork. The land itself is a living character. Cracked salt pans shimmer under the relentless sun, while lush riverbanks teem with hippos and crocodiles. Each environment presents its own challenges and opportunities, shaping the destinies of those who call it home. The seasons are the heartbeat of the wilderness. Rains sweep across the plains, transforming dust into a sea of green. In the dry season, waterholes shrink and competition intensifies, testing the endurance and ingenuity of every creature. Driven by thirst and hunger, animals embark on epic migrations. Wildebeest and zebras brave treacherous rivers and predators lurking in the shadows, their journey a testament to the will to survive. Storms roll across the savanna, lightning splitting the sky. Herds shift direction, following the scent of rain and the promise of new grass. In this ever-changing world, fortunes rise and fall with the weather. We will journey deep into this untamed kingdom, moving at the pace of its wild inhabitants to witness the drama and wonder of their daily lives. We will follow the most iconic predators, the lions, whose power and strategy dominate the plains, and the cheetahs, whose speed is unmatched in the animal world. Their lives are a constant test of skill, patience, and courage. But the story does not end with the hunters. Elephants reshape the land as they search for water, their strength carving new paths through the wilderness. Vultures soar high, ever watchful for the remains of a hunt, while dung beetles labor tirelessly, recycling life back into the earth. This is a world of instinct and power, but also of surprising tenderness, a lioness grooming her cubs, elephants comforting one another at dusk. Every moment is a battle for the future played out in Africa's magnificent wild heart, where the story of life is written anew each day. In the heart of East Africa, the Masai Mara unfurls across the Kenyan landscape, a realm of legend and raw beauty, where the pulse of the wild beats strong and untamed. Spanning over 500 square miles, the Masai Mara is a quintessential savanna, its golden grasslands stretching to the horizon, punctuated by the silhouettes of flat-topped acacia trees. These trees provide vital shade and shelter for countless creatures, shaping the very character of the land. The terrain is a living mosaic. Rolling hills rise and fall, thorny thickets offer refuge and concealment, and winding rivers carve lifelines through the plains. These rivers, swollen by seasonal rains, sustain the ecosystem, drawing animals from miles around to their nourishing banks. Each year the Masai Mara becomes the stage for the Great Migration, one of nature's most astonishing spectacles. Millions of wildebeest, accompanied by vast herds of zebra and gazelle, surge across the plains in a ceaseless quest for fresh grazing. Their hooves churn the earth, and their movement shapes the very rhythm of life here. The Mara teems with life. Over 470 species of birds soar and sing above the grasslands, while a dazzling array of mammals, antelope, buffalo, giraffe, and more, graze and roam. Each species plays a role in the intricate web of life, from the smallest insect to the largest herbivore. Yet this abundance fuels fierce competition. The Mara is a battleground where predators and prey are locked in a perpetual contest of survival. Lions and cheetahs, masters of stealth and speed, scan the horizon for opportunity, ever alert to the movements of their quarry. For these predators, a successful hunt is only the beginning. Rival carnivores, hyenas, jackals, and even vultures circle hungrily, ready to challenge for a share of the spoils. Every meal must be defended, every territory fiercely protected. Tension hangs in the air. A kill on the open plain draws a crowd, and the balance between predator and scavenger is delicate. The outcome of each encounter can tip the scales of survival for days to come. For prey animals, vigilance is a way of life. Impala and zebra scan the tall grass for the slightest movement, while crocodiles lurk in the muddy shallows, waiting for the unwary to approach the water's edge. Danger is ever present, and only the most alert survive. The drama of life and death unfolds daily beneath the relentless African sun. Every chase, every confrontation is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the creatures that call the Masai Mara home. Far to the northwest, the landscape transforms. In Chad, Zakuma National Park emerges, a stark contrast to the Mara, yet equally vital in the tapestry of Africa's wild places. Zakuma is a land of extremes where the arid Sahara meets the lush tropical forests. This transition zone is marked by sparse trees, open grasslands, and patches of dense bush, creating a unique blend of habitats. Spanning nearly 1,200 square miles, Zakuma endures a punishing dry season from October to April. The sun scorches the earth, temperatures soar above 113 degrees Fahrenheit, and water becomes a precious commodity. As rivers dwindle and waterholes shrink, animals converge in dense gatherings. Elephants, antelope, and countless others must share these dwindling resources, their survival hinging on the last drops of water. The struggle for water is fierce. Herds jostle for position, and the tension at these oases is palpable. Predators lurk nearby, drawn by the concentration of prey, and every visit to drink is fraught with risk. Despite these challenges, Zakuma is a sanctuary for rare and endangered species. Its varied habitats shelter creatures found nowhere else, each adapted to survive the park's harsh cycles of drought and rain. Among its most precious inhabitants are the Kordofan giraffes. Over half of the world's remaining population roams these plains, their survival a delicate balance in this demanding environment. Zakuma also harbours a genetically unique population of West African lions, whose presence is vital to the health and diversity of the ecosystem. For decades, the park's elephants faced relentless threats, their numbers decimated by poaching. The scars of loss linger in the herds, a somber reminder of the fragility of life here. Yet, Zakuma endures, the land is healing, and the wildlife is returning. The park stands as a testament to the resilience of nature, where hope rises with each new dawn. In this rugged corner of Africa, the cycles of drought and renewal continue. The animals of Zakuma and the Masai Mara persist, their lives woven into the ever-changing fabric of the wild, surviving, adapting and thriving against the odds. Across Africa's wild kingdoms, power and pride shape the destinies of the most formidable creatures. The lion, known as the king of the savannah, is a symbol of immense power and courage, but he is not alone in his reign. Lions and elephants stand at the pinnacle of their respective realms. The lion, the second largest cat in the world, can weigh up to 550 pounds, while a bull elephant may tip the scales at over 12,000 pounds. A male lion's magnificent mane is his badge of honor, a thick collar of hair that can grow up to 16 inches long. For elephants, it is the size of their tusks and the strength of their trunks that signal dominance. Power struggles are fierce. Rival male lions battle for control of prides, their manes shielding them from savage bites. Bull elephants engage in titanic clashes, locking tusks and wrestling for the right to lead the herd or claim a mate. Both species are armed for battle. Lions wield 1.5-inch claws and 3-inch canines, while elephants use their tusks and sheer bulk to assert dominance. Night brings new challenges. Lions, with night vision 6 times better than a human's, become formidable hunters. Elephants, guided by the wisdom of the matriarch, travel under cover of darkness to avoid rivals and find water. Social bonds are the foundation of power. Lions are unique among cats for their social nature, living in prides. Elephants form tight-knit herds led by experienced matriarchs, where every member plays a role in the group's survival. In both prides and herds, the young are fiercely protected. Lionesses and elephant cows work together to shield their offspring from threats, ensuring the next generation inherits their legacy. Numbers matter. A pride of lions may range from 5 to 30 individuals, while elephant herds can swell to over 100, especially in times of abundance. Cooperation cements their power. Lionesses hunt together, while elephants rely on collective memory and teamwork to find food and water. The lionesses, often sisters and cousins, form a highly coordinated hunting team. Elephant matriarchs lead their families across vast distances, their knowledge passed down through generations. By working together, both lions and elephants achieve what individuals cannot, bringing down large prey or overcoming obstacles that threaten the group. Males play crucial roles. While lionesses hunt, male lions defend territory and pride. Bull elephants patrol the herd's perimeter, ready to confront challengers. Territorial battles are inevitable. Male lions and bull elephants alike must constantly prove their strength, fending off rivals to maintain their place at the top. Their voices carry power. A lion's roar can be heard up to 5 miles away, while an elephant's trumpet resonates for miles, both serving as warnings and declarations of dominance. The presence of these giants sends ripples through the animal kingdom. Prey animals scatter at the sound of a lion's roar or the approach of a dominant elephant. The combination of teamwork, strength and leadership makes prides and herds dominant forces in their domains. Elsewhere, power struggles play out among other species. Alpha baboons and silverback gorillas maintain order through displays of strength and social bonds, each ruling their own kingdoms with authority. Even among cheetahs and hyenas, coalitions and clans form, with dominant individuals leading the way and defending their place in the hierarchy. The wild is a stage for endless contests of power and pride. Each species, from lions and elephants to baboons and hyenas, carves out its own legacy in the ongoing struggle for dominance. In the end, it is the strength of their bonds, the courage of their leaders, and the unity of their groups that determine who will rule the wild kingdoms of Africa. Dawn breaks over the savannah, painting the tall grasses gold as a cheetah stands motionless, every muscle tensed, eyes locked on a distant herd of gazelles grazing in the cool morning air. The wind shifts, carrying the faintest scent of prey. The cheetah lowers itself, body pressed close to the earth, moving with silent precision through the swaying grass, each step calculated to avoid snapping a twig or rustling a leaf. Gazelles flick their ears, ever alert, but the cheetah's spotted coat blends perfectly with the dappled shadows, masking its approach as it inches closer, heart pounding, nostrils flaring to draw in the cool, oxygen-rich air. Suddenly, a gazelle senses danger and bolts. Instantly, the cheetah erupts from cover, muscles coiling and releasing in a blur of motion. Its spine flexes like a spring, propelling it forward in enormous, ground-devouring strides. The chase is on. The cheetah's tail whips behind, acting as a counterbalance as it zigzags after the fleeing gazelle, matching every twist and turn, dust swirling in its wake. Muscles ripple beneath its skin, drawing on every reserve of energy. The cheetah's lungs and heart work furiously, pumping oxygen to fuel this final desperate sprint. The gazelle darts left, then right, hooves barely touching the ground, but the cheetah anticipates each move, closing the gap with relentless speed. In less than a minute, the chase reaches its climax. With a final burst, the cheetah lunges, tripping the gazelle and bringing it down in a cloud of dust and grass. The savannah falls silent for a moment. The only sound the cheetah's labored breathing as it stands over its prize, sides heaving, tongue lolling as it struggles to recover from the effort. The air is thick with tension. The cheetah glances around, ever wary, knowing that the scent of the kill will soon draw the attention of other predators. The gazelle herd has scattered, their alarm calls echoing across the plains, but the cheetah's focus remains on the immediate need to eat and recover. Every second counts. The cheetah tears into its meal, eating quickly, eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of danger. Exhaustion soon overwhelms it. The cheetah collapses in the shade, chest rising and falling rapidly, vulnerable and exposed in the open grassland. The sun climbs higher, heat shimmering across the plains. The cheetah must rest, unable to defend its meal if challenged, every sense alert for the approach of danger. Vultures circle overhead, and the distant calls of other predators drift on the wind. The cheetah's victory is fragile, the aftermath of the hunt as perilous as the chase itself. In this unforgiving landscape, every hunt is a test of speed, strategy, and survival, shaped by the ever-present threat of competition and the harsh realities of the wild. The cheetah's hard-won meal may be lost in an instant to larger, more powerful rivals, forcing it to retreat and begin the cycle anew. For every cheetah, each hunt is a race not just for food, but for survival itself, in a world where only the swiftest and most vigilant endure. The next generation waits, hidden in the grass, their fate tied to the outcome of each chase and the dangers that follow. As the day ends, the cheetah rises, moving silently across the savannah, ever watchful, ready for the next hunt in the endless struggle for life. Beyond the legendary predators, the African savanna is a living tapestry woven by its giants and grazers. These animals are not just background players. They are the architects and caretakers of this wild kingdom, shaping the land and the lives of all who dwell here. The African elephant, the largest land animal on Earth, is a true ecosystem engineer. As they roam, their immense strength topples trees and clears dense brush, opening up the landscape and creating new grasslands. This constant transformation provides fresh grazing grounds for countless other species, from antelope to zebra. During the harsh, dry season, elephants use their tusks and powerful feet to dig deep into parched riverbeds, unearthing hidden water. These life-giving waterholes become vital oases, drawing in herds of grazers and flocks of birds, sustaining the savanna through its toughest months. Their low-frequency rumbles, inaudible to most, travel for miles through the ground, a secret language that binds herds together and warns others of danger or opportunity. Sharing these plains are the formidable African buffalo. With their sweeping horns and unyielding spirit, buffalo live in massive herds, their numbers a shield against predators. When danger looms, the herd unites, forming a living fortress. Powerful males on the perimeter, horns out, ready to defend the vulnerable within. Their presence deters even the boldest lions, and their grazing shapes the grasslands, keeping the ecosystem in balance. Towering above the grass, the ostrich, the world's largest bird, plays a unique role. With legs built for speed, it can outrun most threats, and its powerful kick is a formidable weapon. Its enormous eyes scan the horizon, offering early warning to herds of grazers. The ostrich is a sentinel, its vigilance helping to keep the savanna's inhabitants alert and alive. The Great Migrations are a spectacle of cooperation and survival, led by wildebeest and zebra. Together, they form immense, swirling herds, thousands of hooves thundering across the plains. Zebras, with their tough mouths, graze on coarse, tall grasses, paving the way for wildebeest, who follow to feast on the tender shoots left behind. This partnership ensures that both species find food, and their combined numbers confuse predators, making it difficult for any one animal to be singled out. In this crowded kingdom, every species finds its niche. The secretive leopard, a solitary hunter, drags its prey high into the trees, away from scavengers. In the rivers, the hippopotamus spends its days submerged, emerging at night to graze. As hippos move through the water, they carve deep channels, hippo highways that connect pools and shape the aquatic world. Their waste fertilizes the water, nourishing fish and plants, and supporting a web of life that stretches far beyond the riverbanks. From the towering elephants to the smallest grazers, each animal's actions ripple through the ecosystem. Their migrations, feeding habits, and daily routines create a dynamic balance, ensuring that the savanna remains a place of abundance and diversity, a true kingdom ruled not by a single species, but by the collective might and harmony of its giants and grazers. Beneath the golden light of the savanna, a hidden workforce labors tirelessly, creatures whose stories are rarely told, yet whose actions shape the fate of all life here. These are nature's helpers, scavengers, insects, and decomposers, each playing a unique and vital role in the ecosystem's grand design. Consider the vulture, a master of the skies and the savanna's most efficient cleaner. With vision so keen it can spot a carcass from over 2 miles away, the vulture is always on patrol, searching for its next crucial task. When death visits the savanna, vultures gather in a silent, swirling ballet. In mere hours they strip a carcass clean, leaving nothing but bone. This swift removal of decaying flesh halts the spread of deadly diseases like anthrax, protecting every creature that calls this land home. But the vulture is not alone in its silent service. Across the plains, alliances form, each with its own story. The oxpecker and the buffalo, for example, are bound by a partnership forged in survival. The oxpecker feasts on ticks and biting flies, freeing the buffalo from torment while earning its daily meal. In return, the buffalo gains a vigilant guardian, ever watchful for danger. At the first sign of a predator, the oxpecker's shrill cry rings out, a living alarm system woven into the fabric of the wild. Even the giants of the savanna are at the mercy of the smallest helpers. Elephants, despite their size, are plagued by swarms of insects, parasites that can cause pain and disease. Enter the cattle egret, a patient companion. As elephants move, they stir up insects which the egret swiftly snatches, gaining food while offering relief to its massive neighbor. This simple exchange is a lifeline for both bird and beast. On the open plains, zebras and wildebeest form vast moving herds, not just for safety, but for the health of the land itself. Zebras graze on the toughest grasses, clearing the way for wildebeest to feed on the tender shoots that follow, ensuring no resource is wasted. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, is a thread in this living tapestry. In the rivers, hippos play an unexpected role. Their dung fertilizes the water, feeding fish and aquatic plants, and sustaining entire food webs. On land, armies of termites break down dead wood, transforming it into rich soil and releasing nutrients that feed the grasslands. The savanna thrives because of these unseen workers, each one essential to the balance of life. Their silent labor recycles nutrients, cleanses the land, and sustains the endless cycle of birth, death, and renewal. Decomposers, beetles, ants, fungi break down what remains, returning life to the soil and closing the circle. Thanks to these tireless helpers, the great drama of survival continues, and the wild kingdom endures. For all its timeless beauty, Africa's wild kingdom is shaped by relentless natural forces that test the limits of every creature's ability to survive. The climate here is as unpredictable as it is dramatic, with the savanna experiencing both searing droughts and torrential rains. These extreme weather patterns are becoming more frequent, forcing animals to adapt to a world where the only constant is change. Prolonged droughts parch the land, drying up waterholes and scorching the grasslands. Grazers struggle to find food, and predators must roam farther in search of prey. When the rains finally arrive, they can be so intense that they flood the plains, transforming the landscape overnight and challenging animals to find higher ground. Wildfires, sparked by lightning and fueled by dry winds, can sweep across the savanna, destroying vast areas of habitat and forcing wildlife to flee. The statistics reveal the toll of these natural challenges as populations of iconic species dwindle under the pressure. Lions, once rulers of the plains, now face shrinking territories and fewer prey, their numbers falling as they struggle to adapt. Cheetahs, built for speed, must cover ever greater distances to find food, their survival hinging on their ability to adapt to a changing world. The black rhino, a symbol of resilience, endures in isolated pockets, its future uncertain as resources become scarce. Without the ability to adapt to these mounting natural challenges, the wild kingdom risks becoming a shadow of its former self. As resources dwindle, competition intensifies, herds crowd into shrinking safe havens, and the balance between predator and prey grows ever more fragile. In this world of extremes, only the most adaptable will endure as Africa's wild kingdom continues its ancient struggle for survival against the forces of nature. Across Africa's wild landscapes, a different kind of guardian stands watch, keystone species whose very presence shapes the fate of entire ecosystems. Elephants, often called the architects of the savanna, use their immense strength to topple trees and dig for water, creating habitats for countless other creatures and opening up the landscape for new growth. Lions, as apex predators, keep herbivore populations in check, preventing overgrazing and ensuring that grasslands remain healthy and diverse. Migratory herds of wildebeest and zebra act as nature's gardeners, their constant movement fertilizing the soil and stimulating plant growth, while their presence supports a web of life from birds to big cats. Even the smallest guardians, like the dung beetle, play a vital role, recycling nutrients, aerating the earth, and helping plants to thrive. African wild dogs, with their remarkable teamwork, help maintain balance by preying on the sick and weak, strengthening the health of prey populations. Hippos, spending their days in water and nights grazing on land, shape riverbanks and create pools that support fish, birds, and countless aquatic species. Termites, though tiny, build towering mounds that become homes for many animals, while their constant recycling of plant material enriches the soil. Giraffes, with their towering necks, prune the treetops, encouraging new growth and providing food for birds and insects. Crocodiles lurking in rivers keep fish populations balanced and help maintain the health of aquatic ecosystems. Vultures, nature's cleanup crew, swiftly remove carcasses, preventing the spread of disease and recycling nutrients back into the land. Antelope and other grazers, ever watchful, shape the grasslands through their feeding patterns and serve as a vital link in the food chain. Together, these animal guardians maintain the delicate balance of Africa's wild, each playing a unique and irreplaceable role in the survival of the ecosystem. When these keystone species thrive, the entire wilderness flourishes, ensuring a future for all who call it home. Across the vast expanse of Africa's wild, a new dawn rises, one that shines with the promise of renewal and resilience. Once scarred by hardship, these lands now pulse with life. Herds of elephants, once on the brink, now roam freely, their numbers growing stronger with each passing season. Calves play in the grasslands, a testament to the enduring spirit of their kind. The echo of their trumpets signals hope, a future reclaimed. Black rhinos graze once more where silence once reigned, their presence restoring balance to the ecosystem. Across the plains, antelope herds thunder in unison, their migrations a living thread weaving the fabric of the savanna. Wildebeest and zebra surge across rivers, their ancient journeys undeterred, their resilience a symbol of nature's unbreakable will. Lions rest in golden grass, their prides growing, their roars echoing across the land, a promise that the wild endures. Cheetahs scan the horizon, swift and vigilant, while elephants march in unity, shaping the landscape with every step. The savanna teems with life, giraffes browsing treetops, buffalo forging paths, and the delicate imprint of every creature marking a story of survival. Though threats linger, hidden snares, wildfires and drought, the wild adapts, recovers and persists. As the sun sets over endless plains, the silhouettes of thriving wildlife stand as proof. The savage kingdom is resilient, its future bright with possibility. Generations of animals continue their ancient cycles, inspiring awe and wonder beneath the vast African sky. In the Masai Mara and Zakuma, rivers teem with life, grasslands flourish, and the wild's heartbeat grows ever stronger. The roar of the lion and the sprint of the cheetah will echo for generations, a testament to the wild's enduring power. The story of Africa's wild is far from over. Its future is unwritten, but hope runs deep, rooted in the resilience of its animals and the recovery of its timeless lands. As darkness drapes the savanna, a new cast takes the stage. The sun's final embers fade, and the secrets of the night awaken. In the tangled embrace of ancient fig trees, a leopard glides silently, her rosetted coat melting into the dappled shadows. She pauses, golden eyes glinting with patient intent, every muscle poised for the hunt. Below, bushbuck freeze, sensing her ghostly presence, while the wind carries only the faintest whisper of her passage. Across the open plains, the eerie whoop of a hyena echoes, a chilling lullaby that signals the rise of the scavenger kings. Spotted coats shimmer in the moonlight as clans converge, their keen senses detecting the faintest trace of a distant meal. With powerful jaws and unyielding determination, they claim what the day's predators left behind, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Above, silent wings sweep through the cool night air. An owl, ghostly and resolute, scans the undergrowth with piercing eyes. With a sudden, silent dive, it seizes a scurrying rodent, nature's precision in motion. The night is alive with whispers, the rustle of a civet hunting beetles, the soft footfalls of a serval stalking through tall grass, the distant bark of a jackal announcing its presence to the darkness. Nightjars flutter low over the earth, their cryptic plumage blending with the dust, while the African wildcat slinks between shadows, its movements honed by generations of survival. Bats swirl above the acacia canopy, weaving intricate patterns as they feast on insects drawn to the moon's glow. In this hidden world, every sense is sharpened, every movement measured. The night belongs to the secretive and the swift, the cunning and the silent. Under the watchful gaze of the stars, Africa's nocturnal predators play their ancient roles, balancing the ecosystem, shaping the fate of prey and predator alike. As dawn approaches, the shadows retreat, and the great stage of life prepares once more for the sun. Yet for a fleeting moment, the wild's most elusive denizens have ruled the night, masters of stealth, guardians of the dark. As the first blush of dawn brushes the horizon, the heart of the savannah pulses around a single vital oasis, the Waterhole. Here the drama of life unfolds in a tapestry woven from thirst, rivalry, and fragile alliances. The air hums with anticipation as herds of zebra and wildebeest approach, hooves drumming a cautious rhythm on the cracked earth. Each animal knows this place is both sanctuary and stage, a gathering point where survival plays out in real time. Towering elephants arrive in stately procession, matriarchs leading their families with unwavering purpose. Their trunks test the water's edge, drawing cool relief and stirring up clouds of mud. Calves splash and play, oblivious to the wary gazes of impala and warthogs who wait their turn in the wings. Hippos wallow in the shallows, eyes and ears just above the surface, their bulk belying the delicate balance that keeps peace at the water's edge. But peace is fleeting. A sudden ripple sends a ripple of tension through the crowd. A crocodile, ancient and patient, lurks beneath the surface. Every creature senses the danger, and the bravest step forward, nerves taut, muscles coiled for flight. A lone giraffe bends awkwardly to drink, neck stretched and vulnerable, while vigilant oxpeckers pluck parasites from its flanks, a silent partnership in the midst of peril. Bird life flourishes here in brilliant flashes. A kingfisher dives in a blur of turquoise, while flocks of quillayas descend in swirling clouds to sip and squabble. Monitor lizards patrol the muddy banks, their forked tongues tasting the stories left behind by each visitor. Predators lurk at the periphery, eyes fixed on the congregation. Lions crouch in the tall grass, waiting for the chaos that follows a startled stampede. Yet for many, the Waterhole is a neutral ground, predator and prey drawn together by the irresistible pull of survival. As the sun climbs higher, the crowd disperses, leaving behind only ripples and footprints, a fleeting record of the Waterhole's daily drama. Here, at this liquid heart of the wild, every life is bound by a single unbreakable thread, the need for water and the will to endure. The Waterhole is more than a place. It is a crossroads of fate, where every sip is a story, and every moment a testament to the resilience and complexity of Africa's wilderness. Across the sun-dappled savanna and the shadowy thickets, another drama unfolds, one not of speed or strength, but of subtlety and deception. Here, the true masters of survival are those who remain unseen. Camouflage is nature's silent shield, an ancient art perfected by countless creatures in their daily struggle for life. A chameleon clings to a branch, its skin shifting through shades of emerald and ochre, blending seamlessly with swaying leaves. Each slow, calculated movement is a disappearing act, hiding from sharp-eyed predators and unwary prey alike. In the tall grasses, a leopard's rosette-patterned coat breaks its outline, turning the great hunter into a ghost among the blades. Only the flick of a tail or a glint of golden eyes betrays its presence. Meanwhile, a pride of lion cubs lies low in the ochre dust, their sandy fur mirroring the earth itself. Even the tiniest creatures play this game. Stick insects mimic twigs, while leaf-tailed geckos vanish against bark and lichen. The African rock python coils among sun-warmed stones, its scales a mosaic of browns and greys, invisible to all but the keenest observer. On the open plains, a herd of impala melts into the shadows at dusk, their russet coats merging with the fading light. Ground-nesting birds like the nightjar become living mosaics, their feathers patterned to match pebbles and dried leaves. Even the crocodile, motionless at the water's edge, is but a ripple in the mud until it strikes. Camouflage is more than a cloak. It is a story written in color, texture, and movement. It is a constant contest between predator and prey, each adapting, each evolving in a world where being seen can mean the difference between life and death. In the wild heart of Africa, the greatest trick is to vanish, and in vanishing, to survive. From the first breath to the final silence, every creature on the African plains is part of an endless cycle, a journey shaped by the rhythms of nature itself. In the cool hush of dawn, a newborn elephant calf stumbles to its feet, guided by the gentle trunks of its mother and aunts. Each member of the herd plays a role in raising the young, teaching them where to find water, how to read the wind, and the meaning of patience. As years pass, the calf grows into a pillar of strength, becoming a guardian of memory and wisdom for the next generation. On the open savanna, wildebeest calves are born in synchrony with the rains, their birth a signal for the great migration to begin. Within minutes, the newborns must stand and run, swept along in a living river of hooves and dust. Their journey is fraught with danger, but every life lost becomes nourishment for lions, hyenas, and scavengers, each playing their irreplaceable part in the ecosystem's balance. High above, a pair of crowned cranes tend to their fragile eggs, hidden in a nest among reeds. When the chicks hatch, their parents lead them through a world of predators and perils, teaching them to forage and to fly. The crane's elegant dance, passed down through generations, is both a courtship and a lesson in survival. In the shadowy undergrowth, a leopard cub learns to stalk and pounce under the watchful gaze of its mother. For months, the cub will rely on her skill and protection, gradually mastering the art of the hunt. As the cub matures, it will carve out its own territory, shaping the delicate balance between predator and prey. Even the smallest creatures have their moment. Dung beetles emerge from the earth, rolling their precious cargo across the plains. Their tireless work recycles nutrients, enriching the soil and nurturing the grass that sustains grazers, and ultimately the entire food web. With time, all lives reach their end. An old buffalo, weakened by the years, becomes the focus of a pride of lions. In its passing, it feeds the land and the living, returning its strength to the soil, the grasses, and the endless chain of life. In Africa, every birth is a new beginning, every death a return to the earth. The cycles of life and death connect all creatures, each one a vital thread in the tapestry of the wild. Across Africa's sweeping plains and dense woodlands, some of the most remarkable creatures are not just survivors, but architects, engineers whose daily lives reshape the very world around them. Towering above the grasslands, elephants are nature's grand sculptors. With every step, they carve pathways through the bush, opening corridors for other animals to follow. Their powerful trunks push over trees, clearing space for new grass to grow and sunlight to reach the forest floor. In the dry season, elephants dig deep into riverbeds, unearthing hidden water that sustains countless species during times of drought. Each action, from uprooting a sapling to wallowing in a mud bath, transforms the land, shaping entire ecosystems for generations. Beneath the surface, a different kind of architect works tirelessly and unseen. Termites, in their millions, construct vast underground cities, cathedrals of clay that rise above the savanna. Their intricate mounds regulate temperature and moisture, creating microhabitats that shelter not only termites but also snakes, lizards, and even birds. As termites break down dead wood and plant matter, they recycle nutrients, enriching the soil and fueling the growth of new life above. In the wetlands and rivers, beavers, though rare in Africa, but masterful architects in other parts of the world, build dams and lodges that alter the flow of water. Their constructions create ponds and marshes, providing vital habitats for frogs, fish, and waterfowl. These aquatic engineers remind us that across the globe, animals of all sizes have the power to reshape their environment in profound ways. Even the smallest creatures leave an outsized mark. Ants aerate the earth as they tunnel, fungi break down fallen trees, and hippos carve channels through swamps. their movements sculpting the land with every passage. Together, these animal architects do more than survive. They create, modify, and sustain the landscapes that millions of other lives depend on. Through their collective efforts, the wild is not only a stage for life, but a living, breathing masterpiece, forever evolving, forever renewed. Across Africa's vast horizons, life is set in motion by one of nature's most breathtaking phenomena, the Great Migrations. Each year, millions of wildebeest surge across the Serengeti and Masai Mara, their hooves thundering like distant storms. Driven by the ancient rhythm of the rains, they travel hundreds of miles in search of fresh grass and precious water, forging rivers and braving peril at every turn. Alongside them, vast herds of zebras and gazelles join the procession, their stripes and spots weaving a living tapestry across the plains. In the skies above, the scene is mirrored by an exodus of wings. Flocks of storks, cranes, and swallows embark on journeys that span continents, guided by stars and invisible cues, crossing deserts and mountains with unwavering resolve. These airborne travelers connect distant lands, linking ecosystems as they go, carrying seeds and stories from one end of the earth to another. For the wildebeest below, migration is a test of endurance and instinct. Crocodiles lurk in churning rivers, lions and hyenas shadow the herds, yet the drive to move forward is unstoppable. Every calf born on the journey is a testament to survival, every crossing a leap of faith. Zebras, with their sharp memories and keen senses, often lead the way, finding the safest paths and freshest grazing grounds. The migrations are more than a spectacle. They are the lifeblood of the savannah. As the herds pass, they trim the grasslands, fertilize the soil, and spread seeds in their wake. Predators and scavengers alike depend on their passage, and their movement shapes the land itself, carving trails that will guide generations to come. In this endless cycle, the wild reveals its greatest secret, that life is not static, but always on the move, bound together by journeys as old as time. The migrations are a living heartbeat, echoing across continents, linking creatures and landscapes in a dance that never truly ends. Beneath the open sky, the wild is alive with conversation, an intricate language spoken in calls, scents, and gestures, where every creature has a voice. Across the plains, the bellow of a buffalo signals alarm, echoing through the grass to warn the herd of danger. Elephants rumble in frequencies too low for human ears, sending seismic messages through the earth, guiding distant family members across miles of savanna. In the shadows, a leopard marks its territory with invisible trails of scent, a silent warning to rivals and a fragrant map for potential mates. Packs of African wild dogs coordinate their hunts with a chorus of yips and whines, each sound a coded command, each ear attuned to the subtlest shift in tone. Giraffes, seemingly silent, communicate with gentle touches and postures, their necks weaving a ballet of intent and emotion. Vervet monkeys raise specific alarm calls for each predator, one sound for eagles, another for snakes, sending the troops scrambling to safety with remarkable precision. The language of the wild is not only heard and smelled, but seen. A flick of a tail, the flare of a mane, a sudden stillness. Body language speaks volumes. The flickering ears of a zebra relay unease, while a lion's slow, deliberate stride asserts dominance without a single roar. From the smallest dung beetle releasing pheromones to call a mate, to the thunderous drumming of a silverback gorilla's chest, communication shapes every moment of survival. Messages ripple through the ecosystem, guiding migrations, forging alliances, and maintaining the delicate balance of life. Here, in this world of signals and senses, silence is never empty. Every creature listens, speaks, and responds, weaving an invisible web of connection, a language as old as the wild itself. High above the savannah, the masters of the sky take flight. Africa's birds of prey, Raptors, command the air with unmatched precision and power. Their wings slice through the wind, eyes scanning the golden grasslands for the faintest flicker of movement below. The martial eagle, with talons as long as a lion's claw, patrols its vast territory from towering thermals, able to spot a spring hare from over a mile away. In a sudden stoop, it folds its wings and plummets, striking with a force that few prey can escape. Not far behind, the battler eagle glides low, its vivid red face and wingtips flashing. Battlers are acrobats, flipping and banking in mid-air, snatching up snakes and lizards with effortless grace. Closer to the rivers, the African fish eagle sits sentinel on a high branch. Its haunting call rings across the water, a signal of sovereignty. With unerring aim it launches, talons extended, plucking slippery fish from the surface in a spray of silver droplets. Above the arid plains, the secretary bird stalks with long, stilt-like legs, hunting not from the sky, but on foot. Its lightning-fast kicks dispatch venomous snakes and unsuspecting insects alike. Each raptor has evolved a unique strategy. The owl's silent wings allow it to hunt by moonlight, while the kestrel hovers in place, reading the wind and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Vultures, too, play their part, soaring on thermals, their sharp vision scouring the land for the glint of a carcass, ensuring nothing goes to waste. With every hunt, every glide, every piercing cry, Africa's birds of prey shape the balance of life below. They are the silent sentinels of the sky, their survival strategies honed by millennia, their presence both feared and revered. In the great tapestry of the wild, they are the living thread that connects earth and air, predator and prey, a reminder of the power and artistry of nature's ultimate hunters. Beneath the sun-drenched plains and tangled woodlands of Africa lies a world hidden from sight, a vast, intricate network of tunnels, chambers and burrows. Here, life thrives in shadow and silence, woven together by creatures who have mastered the art of living underground. The naked mole rat, with its wrinkled pink skin and ever-growing teeth, leads its colony through winding passageways, digging and expanding their fortress beneath the hard earth. Their society is a marvel of cooperation. Workers excavate tunnels, nurses tend to the young, and a single queen reigns over all deep in the darkness. Nearby, the aardvark emerges only after dusk, using its powerful claws to dig for termites and ants. Each burrow it creates becomes a future shelter for warthogs, porcupines, and even reptiles seeking refuge from the midday heat. Insects, too, are master architects. Termite mounds rise like miniature skyscrapers above ground, but their true complexity lies below. Labyrinths of tunnels regulate temperature and humidity, housing millions in a city built from soil and spit. Reptiles, like the shy sand boa, glide beneath the surface, invisible to predator and prey alike. They wait in ambush, feeling the vibrations of footsteps above, striking only when opportunity slithers by. Scorpions and beetles navigate these shadowy corridors, each with specialized senses to find food and mates in pitch-black darkness. Even the industrious dung beetle, famous for rolling balls of dung across the savannah, often buries its treasure below ground, nurturing new life in the safety of the soil. In this hidden realm, survival depends on secrecy, adaptation, and the constant reshaping of the earth itself. Every tunnel dug, every chamber carved, is a testament to the ingenuity of Africa's underground engineers. While the drama of life unfolds above, a quieter but no less vital story is written in the cool embrace of the earth, where the unseen majority keeps the wild world turning. Across Africa, the passage of time isn't marked by clocks or calendars, but by the pulse of the seasons, a grand and relentless cycle that shapes every life, from the smallest insect to the greatest elephant. As the rains begin, a hush falls over the parched land. The first drops awaken dormant seeds, painting the plains in sudden, vibrant green. Wildebeests and zebras lift their heads, nostrils flaring, sensing the promise of abundance. Rivers swell and meander anew, their banks erupting with life. Frogs emerge from the mud, croaking in jubilant chorus, while butterflies and bees dance from blossom to blossom, sipping at the season's bounty. But the blessings are fleeting. As the rains retreat, the sun reclaims the sky, and the land transforms once more. Grass withers to gold, waterholes shrink, and dust hangs heavy in the air. The struggle for survival sharpens. Herds travel vast distances in search of food and water, their hooves carving ancient paths across the savannah. Predators wait in the tall grass, knowing that scarcity brings opportunity. Elephants dig into dry riverbeds with their tusks, unearthing hidden water for themselves and for all who follow. In the woodlands, trees shed their leaves, conserving precious moisture. Birds molt into drabber feathers, blending into the faded landscape. Some creatures, like the African bullfrog, retreat underground, encased in a cocoon of mud, waiting for the next rain's return. Others, like the resilient oryx, endure the searing heat, extracting every drop of moisture from the sparse plants they graze. Every animal, every plant, is tuned to the rhythm of the seasons, a symphony of adaptation and resilience. The shifting winds, the scent of rain, the crackle of dry grass underfoot, all are signals in nature's ancient code. In this endless cycle of renewal and hardship, Africa's wild inhabitants are both dancers and choreographers, moving in harmony with the land's ever-changing song.